They will take thousands of pictures and make observations to send back down to Houston. Again, this is the most anticipated day of the mission. At their closest, the Artemis 2 crew is set to fly within 4,070 miles from the moon's surface, getting that rarely seen lunar far side, which always faces away from Earth. So historic day on so many levels. Now, just before 11 Pacific our time, those 4 astronauts, Lauren, as you said, officially surpassed the previous record of furthest distance from Earth set by Apollo 13 back in 1970. That record was 248,655 miles. Artemis 2 going about 4,000 miles beyond that. And as they did, Canadian astronaut Jeremy Hansen saying they did so in honor of those that came before them. And in one of the more emotional moments since last week's launch, Commander Reed Wiseman suggesting naming a crater on the moon after his late wife, Carol, who passed away from cancer in 2020. Take a listen.
We will be able to see this from Earth. And so we lost a loved one. Her name was Carol, the spouse of Reed, the mother of Katie and Ellie. And if you want to find this one, you look at Glushko, and it's just to the northwest of that, at the same latitude as Ohm, and it's a bright spot on the moon. And we would like to call it Carol, and you spell that C-A-R-R-O-L-L.
Yeah, that happened just about an hour ago. Those 4 crew members embracing each other in that moment. A reminder that no matter how far away you are, even if you're 4,000 miles away from the moon, family is always there. Wiseman's daughters in the viewing gallery at that very moment. Again, on a very historic day. Back to you.
No, it's making me tear up watching it again. Just really emotional there. Thank you so much, Angeli, for that. Also, they wanted to name one of the craters Integrity, and some people are wondering, the spacecraft is Orion. Why are we hearing Integrity? Integrity is the name given to the spacecraft by the crew. Olga?
Oh, interesting that they give it the name. Good to know. Good afternoon, everyone. All right, a little hazy out there still. It's going to be kind of slow clearing this afternoon, especially near the coastline, but temperatures are still going to be running above average. Not as warm as what we felt yesterday. For the downtown area, we got up to 88 degrees. 72 is average, so running well above normal yesterday. Still today, despite cool down. So we've had more of that onshore push, getting us more cloud cover, cooler temperatures really across the board. But as we head outside, still feeling pretty nice, still feeling warm. LAX checking in at 77, upper 60s in Oxnard. We're in the mid 70s in Fullerton with full sunshine. Big Bear checking in at 55 degrees. And you'll notice that we'll continue to see some clearing as we head into later this afternoon. And temperatures today topping out still in the 80s. Now, again, not as warm as yesterday, but still some low 80s for places like Corona into San Bernardino, as well as Lake Elsinore. Lancaster, you're also at 82. Pasadena, 79 degrees with mid 70s in Thousand Oaks. And for the downtown area, we're going to be back down into the 70s. So kind of a big drop in temperatures, but numbers still running above average, and inland spots especially still seeing some sunshine as we head into later tonight. So if you're heading to Fernando Valley, temperatures are still going to be quite comfortable in the low 70s. We'll talk about the rest of the week. I am tracking some rain in the extended forecast in just a few minutes.
Olga, thank you. Today, President Trump detailed the dramatic rescue of an injured U.S. airman who was trapped in Iran and the destruction left behind. The president also addressed the deadline for Iran to accept his peace proposal and threatened catastrophic violence if Iran rejects it. KTLA's Samantha Cortese live in the KTLA News Center with the latest on the war. Sam.
Hi, Lauren. Good afternoon. President Trump spoke moments ago about the war with Iran and also talking about that harrowing rescue mission of one of our American aviators that was behind enemy lines. The news conference lasted about an hour and a half, nearly 2 hours. The president gave Iran an ultimatum online, and he stuck to it in that news conference. He says, open the Strait of Hormuz or the U.S. will take out Iranian infrastructure. And he set a deadline of 5 p.m. tomorrow.
Where we're doing unbelievably well, well at a level that nobody's ever seen before. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. I can't talk about ceasefire, but I can tell you that we have an active, willing participant on the other side. They would like to be able to make a deal. I can't say any more than that. But we're giving them till tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern time, and after that, they're going to have no bridges, They're going to have no power plants. Stone Ages, yeah.
The AP reports this morning while the president was at the traditional White House Easter egg roll, Iran rejected any ceasefire proposition. You heard the president there not want to talk about a ceasefire. Iran wants a permanent end to the war. On Easter morning, the president posted on Truth Social using profanity, saying tomorrow will be power plant day and bridge day in Iran. He warned, open the bleeping straight or you'll be living in hell, just watch. Oil prices have surged. The world's economy. Iran has let some vessels since the war began, but none of them the U.S., Israel, or allies. Israel attacked an Iranian gas field today, killing 2 top IRGC commanders. The war continues to get both praise and criticism down party lines.
The fact is that they have conducted an incredible operation over these last 5 weeks, eliminating much of the leadership of Iran and the IRGC, obliterating their air defenses, their ballistic missiles program, their drone programs, their naval fleet. These are significant steps that were taken to eliminate the threat posed by a nuclear Iran.
Donald Trump has gotten us into this reckless war of choice without ever clearly laying out the strategic objectives, the plan, how this is designed to actually make life better for the American people. We've seen the exact opposite.
In the news conference at the White House, the president and others spoke about that incredible mission by U.S. Special Forces to rescue 2 crew members of an F-15 fighter jet that went down in Iran. Iranian TV showed pictures this morning of the wreckage of the U.S. aircraft. During the operation, the U.S. military had to blow up 2 of its own transport planes that got stuck in the sand on a makeshift airstrip. They said because it had technology on it they didn't want Iran to have, so they brought in additional aircraft to complete the mission. Before the 2nd airman could be rescued, the CIA used a trick to buy more time. Intelligence officers spread word in Iran the crew member had already been saved when in fact the U.S. forces were still trying to reach him. The president recounted that rescue during the news conference. Listen here.
And I ordered the U.S. Armed Forces to do whatever was necessary to bring our brave warriors back home. A risky decision, because we could have ended up with 100 dead as opposed to 1 or 2. It's a hard decision to make. But in the United States military, we leave no American behind. We don't do it.
In more detail, the president said while that 2nd airman was bleeding, he climbed a mountain and treated his own wounds until he was found and rescued nearly 48 hours later. In the news center, Samantha Cortese, KTLA 5 News.
Yeah, pretty incredible detail there, Samantha. Thank you. Today, an investigation is underway in Long Beach following a gruesome discovery. What appears to be a small human skull was found during an Easter egg hunt at a local park. KTLA's Jennifer McGraw live near the scene with more on this developing story. Jennifer.
Hi, Lauren. Investigators wrapped up their investigation out here just moments ago. Take a look. About a dozen or so leaving the park with boxes and bags of evidence. Sadly, we do believe that it is human remains. Preliminary, though unconfirmed information suggests a small skull was found partially buried in the dirt here at DeForest Park, and maybe that of an infant. Sky 5 overhead this morning, you can see police protecting the scene. A portion of the park had been cordoned off, and you can see that white canopy right there. Officials with the Long Beach Police Department would only confirm that officers were dispatched to find human remains. And in speaking with neighbors, they say this is sad to hear and can't believe this is happening.
It's just so sad what happened. And then on Easter Sunday, then the kids to find it. So that's very disturbing. But what can we do? What can we do? You know, we just got to leave it to the authorities. They know what to do, because it was really crowded here yesterday. The whole place was full of people barbecuing, having a really good time, Easter egg hunting. And then when I'm watching the evening news, I'm watching that, I'm like, oh my God, it's DeForest. I'm only 2 blocks away.
And I spoke with investigators this morning, and they say at this point in time, they have no more further information. We're live in Long Beach. I'll send it back to you in Hollywood.
Jennifer, thank you. An Oxnard man has been arrested in a nearly 12-year-old murder case. Authorities say 32-year-old Jose Jimenez viciously attacked and stabbed Loeb Niga at Sierra Linda Park in Oxnard in November of 2014. The victim had just finished walking his son to a nearby elementary school and was returning to his home when police say he was randomly attacked.
This was a truly heinous crime. This occurred in broad daylight in a public park next to a school, an elementary school that was in session. Witnesses to Loeb's murder included people in the park, teachers, and school staff. Worst yet, grade school students who were in the schoolyard also witnessed this.
At the time of the crime, no DNA evidence came up with a match for the suspect, but more recent advanced technology helped lead authorities to some relatives. Through that process, they were able to identify Jimenez. The suspect is also facing special enhancements in the crime and is being held on $500,000 bail. First responders in Ventura County say a man is in stable condition after yet another rattlesnake bite. The Ventura County Fire Department says an adult man was bitten yesterday around 4 p.m. near Cal State Channel Islands. He received anti-venom at a hospital and did survive. This is the 6th rattlesnake bite reported in Ventura County since March 15th, including one that killed a 46-year-old woman. Rattlesnake bites have also been reported in Orange and Riverside counties. Wildlife experts say our unusually wet winter and dramatically warm spring are responsible for more rattlesnake encounters. First responders say if you're bitten, you should immediately call 911. We have a lot more coming your way here at noon, including KTLA's Gene K.
Hey, Lauren, the